This was the second time that I filmed with LinkedIn as one of their LinkedIn authors, but it almost didn't happen because I was in Alaska with friends just the day before our shoot. Like, call time was like 8 a.m. and I had whatever 12 hours to get there, and Alaska's airport shut down. But I happened to get on the one flight right before it. By maneuvering my way through, I was like, think of like Home Alone, Home Alone 2, the one to New York City. Like I was like maneuvering through people in Alaska. Alaska is not a big airport. I'm just totally exaggerating this. And I was like, is there any way you can get me on that flight? And they said yes. It was funny though, because they were like, well, we don't normally do this, but like, sure, what are your bags? They were on another plane already, but that plane had already been postponed, canceled, delayed, whatever. They're like, what's your bag? I was like, I have a blue bag and I have a black bag. And we're like looking out the window for this air traffic controller luggage person. I'm not sure what their titles are, I'm so sorry. And they like grab the bag, they're like, is this it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. And then they like move it from one plane to another. Thankfully, Alaska has such a small airport. There's like 3 accordion hallways. What do you call those? Jet bridges. So luckily they just like moved it from one to the other, and I got on the plane to Seattle, which then let me get on the plane to LA, which meant I made my call time. And if I would not have gotten on that plane, I wouldn't have made it for my call. And I don't even know what would happen, because like there were other actors, there were other authors, like the whole production team and studio and sets and hair and makeup and craft services, whatever, was all, not craft services, they were all set up and ready. Like if I wasn't there, it would have ruined the whole thing. Meanwhile, I also have this like 100 pounds of salmon that's supposed to get on a plane, and I have no idea where it's going. I ended up getting it to my house like a month later, 2 or 3 weeks later. It was fine. It's delicious. Thank you for asking. So I finally get to LA, then we have to drive to Carpinteria, which is where the LinkedIn studios are. One of them, they have many offices. And I made it! And I love filming at LinkedIn. Like I said, this was my second time filming at LinkedIn, and their entire team is amazing, incredible, so many professionals. Like, just being in that environment was so inspiring to me. When they asked me to come back for a second time, I was like, only if Hillary is my producer. I didn't actually say that, but it is really what I meant. Hillary's the best. I worked with her on the first one. So I get there, they like did my hair and makeup and like all the touch-ups, which always confused me. Like they're always like, I would film like one thing and then they'd come on, they'd like be fixing up my hair and makeup, and I'm wondering if they think that I just like mess up my hair and makeup all the time, and that's why they have to fix it all the time. There was another LinkedIn author that we had like conjoined. I was in his course, he was in my course, so he would come in several times and like interrupt what I was doing. It was scripted, but it was also fun to like join in each other's courses. What's so fun about LinkedIn is like, I had no idea that they even knew who I was, and they actually slid into my DMs. No, they emailed me. They emailed me being like, hey, we saw your video on YouTube, which is so amazing. Like, I made this video in 2016, never thinking that it would get this kind of opportunity. And they're like, can we fly you out? Would you like to be a LinkedIn author? Like, can we pay you to film a course that's gonna be on our platform in front of like a bajillion users? How many commas are in bajillion? Like a million is 2 commas. That's why we have the 2 comma club. But what's a bajillion? I'm not a mathematician. I ignored their first email because I thought it was just like one of those LinkedIn connection emails, like when people send you a friend request on LinkedIn or want to connect with you. So I just like, I missed the email, and I'm so glad that they emailed me again to say, hey, legit LinkedIn here. That's exactly how they worded it. No, it's not. They're like, hey, legit LinkedIn here. We'd love to fly you out, and would you like to be a LinkedIn author? And then I was like, yes, bajillion users, yes. Then like we got to know each other, and I told them that like, I know video's my thing. And then they're like, let's do another one. So then flew back there for this time, almost missed it thanks to Alaska. Alaska, beautiful place, small airport, almost didn't make it, made it, it was amazing. And now we're like, when can we do it again, LinkedIn? We're talking about like, what's the 3rd series that we can do on the LinkedIn platform for another bajillion people? The shoe was amazing. Hillary, Julia Gulia, all the incredible sound and teleprompter and hair and makeup and food people, like they just spoiled me. And it was also so inspiring to see how they all work together, like having a creative team together, and they love what they do, and we had so many laughs. Like there were so many, I actually have quite a few bloopers where I'm filming and then we all start giggling and we're laughing, and then there's like the one director in the corner that's like,
come on guys.
No, I'm just kidding, that didn't happen. Julia was the director and she was laughing along with us. It was just so fun. And then I also scoped out all their equipment because they have these huge like sound stages, and they have like inso quilts, that's what they call it, like on the walls, so they're all soundproofed, and their teleprompter, I was like, okay, what is this? And then I ended up buying one, loved it. All of their equipment, all the people, they're fun, they're professional. We would have like meetings before we would go into filming, and I was just in awe of the fact that I was like, I just got to listen to all of their genius and expertise, and then they would just tell me what to do, and I'm like, yes sir, I will do that. So I also love that as a CEO, as a team leader, that I want to build, and I build my team so that they can all be leaders for their departments, and that everyone has their specific roles. And for me, like, my role was to show up, to speak my message, to share my zone of genius, and to like be the talent. And I didn't have to, like, especially as a CEO and how I've built my business to this point, CEO at the beginning is like chief everything officer, that like, I'm support, and I'm accounting, and I am copywriting, and I am marketing, and you're doing all these things. But then you get to a point where you're able to build this team around you so that you can be the visionary, or you can be the genius in your zone of genius. So it was so cool to work with these people who all had their zone of genius so that I could do mine. And it just, LinkedIn has an incredible team and platform, and I'm so grateful to be able to be a LinkedIn author and to speak to a bajillion people. So if you're a LinkedIn user, head over to LinkedIn. You can look up my course, just look up my name, and you'll find I did a course on Canva, and then I also did a course on video trainings. And if you like that, make sure you go over, maybe like follow me on LinkedIn, and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more weekly videos.